Incredible! This is
The Grove Podcast.
Hot off the pitch.
Okay, hello, and welcome to the Grove Podcast, Hot Off the Pitch. Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 3. Why do they keep doing this to us? Okay, Aston Villa aside, why do they keep putting us through this? You know, it just had to be. It just had to be one of those ones. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the Grove Podcast, Hot Off the Pitch, post Bournemouth Arsenal instant reaction pod. Where we're just going to give you a bit of an emotional response to what we've just seen, have a bit of a quick chat, and see if we can get some interaction from the people watching and listening. Plus, I also put the call out for your 3-word review, so we'll do all those. Anyway, joining me to at least let me know what happened in the last 15 minutes, because I found an inordinate amount of chores to do. so I wasn't able to watch because I just couldn't. Is Ian, aka Ask Cannon Picks. Ian, how's your ticker?
It's been better. Sure, look, it wouldn't be any fun if we didn't do this every game, you know?
Jeez. It's just nuts. So anyway, it is what it is. But look, we won in the end, and look, so let's go for it. Let's oh, by the way, I just have to let people watch know, and Moz, who is a member of the Grove Podcast community, who is never available for these things, is suddenly on the chit chat. Unfortunately, the chat doesn't show the emoji. So all I'm seeing from Moz is face, fuchsia, tongue out, face, fuchsia, tongue out, face. So I'm assuming that's an emoji with the tongue out. So anyway, so whilst I try and figure out some tech and see what's going on, Ian, how are you feeling? How do you feel about the game, the result? Yeah, give me your immediate gut reaction to that game.
It was a game that wasn't in our control, then was completely in our control, and then was not completely out of our control, but then was out of our control again. Bizarrely though, I have to say, in the last, after they scored the second, we were really good after that. They never really had a chance to speak of. But I know this is going to sound so silly to say after we conceded 2 goals, but we're just so good in those circumstances that we don't normally concede late goals. Sunderland aside, I think, and that was even a little flick off Gabriel's head that went over David Raya's hand, like a bit of a lucky one. But look, the heart rate is still high up there, and look, it's 3 points. It's 3 massive points. Only Everton have won there this season at Bournemouth. Bournemouth are like the complete Jekyll and Hyde side. You guys have spoke about it on previous pods. They are so poor away from home, but they're really good at home. And they only conceded 6 goals, have only been beaten by Everton. And we just went there, scored 3 and took 3 points home.
I was just about to say that the contrast between home and away form. So that's prior to today, they'd won 4 at home, drawn 4, lost 1. He said Everton only let in 6 goals, so it was never going to be an easy game. I did feel though after the Villa game that we're going to go on one of those runs where we score 3 or 4 goals per game, and hey, we were there at 3-1, and in the chats in the Grove WhatsApp group, the chat was it's 3. Oh, well, I predicted 4-1, and Moz predicted 3-1, and we were wondering who's going to win out. But then I had a sneaky feeling, and I said to my son, I said, they're going to score, aren't they, Bournemouth? They're going to score, and then Arsenal obliged. They sort of on your way, son, on your way, son. Look, we won't challenge you. Yeah. We're not going to get in your way. Go and have a nice shot. And granted, it was a cracking shot and a cracking goal, but close him down, for crying out loud, please. Someone just close him down. So just for my heart alone. But yeah, so it wasn't going to be easy. It was an interesting game, but I think we sort of made it easy, and then we made it hard, as you said. And so what else we've got here? So yeah, look, evening, Alex. Good to have you along. And look, for those watching, we will have you done in time for the darts. I know a lot of you will be wanting to watch that. So yeah, I mean, was there anything? We will do a main pod. So was there a particular? We will do a main pod tomorrow. So we will do our usual run of things then. But Ian, seeing as you're not going to be on that one, did you have a highlight and a low light from the game today?
My highlight was right at the end. It just made me laugh when that guy Adley stooped down to loaf Gabriel's elbow. Like, I actually couldn't stop laughing because when it happened, I was like, oh, because it was kind of off camera a little bit, or like you couldn't see it, and I was like, what has Gabriel done him there? Like, what's happened? And then they showed the replay, and I was like, oh my god, that guy ought to be shot out of a cannon somewhere. For trying that. He literally stooped down to loaf Gabriel's elbow. My god.
And he had the audacity to go to the referee like, elbow, ref. Well, yeah, if you go and headbutt someone's elbow, then yes, there's going to be an elbow in the head.
It just made me laugh. There were so many other better things that happened for us, but that just kind of made my evening. My low light was that I put a bet on the game, and I was a Bukayo Saka goal away from winning about €350. I was a bit gutted about that.
Wow. Well, go on, tell us more. What was the bet?
So I had I just put €10 down, and I picked over 2 goals. Arsenal to win, Odegaard to have an assist, Saka to score, for there to be over 9 corners, and for there to be over 3.5 yellow cards. And all the rest happened except Saka. I didn't realize. I thought Saka was going to start. But that was my low light. But that's just me being greedy.
No, that's fine. Be greedy away. It's frustrating. But no, I don't think he even had a chance, did he?
He had one shot from distance, but like it was miles over.
But nothing. So look, I'll do my highlight and low light tomorrow. But actually, as a game, I think it was quite interesting, particularly the first half. There was a lot of sort of ebb and flow to it. They started off quite well, 2 corners and a long throw within the first 3 minutes, and then we took some control until, I don't know, brain fart by Big G. I don't know what the hell that he was thinking there. And look, we took control, and I think Madueke had a chance he really should have at least got on target. Odegaard had one of those ones where he's not sure where he's going to do a nice little dink pass or shoot, and instead he just scuffed it wide. And then on, I think it was about 10 minutes, wasn't it, when just playing around at the back. And can you explain? Can you any idea what happened?
No. First of all, I actually kind of missed what Gabriel did. At that moment, we were kind of just passing the ball around at the back, and my eyes were diverted to my phone, and I picked it up for like 3 seconds, and then I looked back up at the TV, and Evan Nielsen was running towards the goal with no goalkeeper, and I was like, "What the hell is going on here?" It was as simple as the ball Gabriel was looking to play was into Timber on the far side, in between the 2 forwards. And it came off his heel. It was just a lapse of concentration. It's one of those where he was looking like, I don't know if anybody ever plays snooker or pool. It was like you'd already got the pot counted, but you took your eye off the ball, and and he just scuffed it into Evan Nielsen's path, and it was just a horrible start, because then you're starting to think, God, these don't concede a lot of goals at home. So what are we in for here?
Yeah, I mean, he must have just not known he was there. Must have not known he was there. Lost him in the crowd or something like that. Also, the pass was so weak that it was barely going to reach David Raya, as opposed to Saliba across the pitch.
I actually think he did know Evan Nielsen was there. Like,
really?
I'm trying to think who would have been on the right hand side. So Timber was kind of in midfield.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those instant passes out to Saliba, but I don't think he even needed to rush it, because it felt like he did it first time, and it just felt like unnecessary.
He could have put his foot on it. I genuinely, if you go back and watch it, you'll see Timber is free in acres of space, and Gabriel shapes to play the ball to him, kind of in midfield, and he just mishits it and gives it to Evan Nielsen. I don't think he was playing it to Saliba. I think he was going out to Timber, and they even said that was my initial thought, and they were looking at it at half time as well.
Well, my son reckons, so GT14 reckons he wanted a challenge. He said he's too good. He decided to make the game harder for himself. I'd rather he didn't, I'd rather he didn't. But then this feels like he's done it before, and I was trying to find the reference to it. People are talking about Newcastle or Fulham, where he goes up, he make amends for his mistake. So not soon after. When was it?
It was like 15 or 5 minutes later, 5-6
5
minutes.
minutes later, nice bit of play. That's it, Madueke. Nice bit of play by Madueke running the right, and actually Madueke was looking good and looking sharp and causing him trouble. I thought he'd gone too far. I thought he missed the chance to cross it, and then he just just one more defender, just like just one more wafer thin mint, just one more defender, and then he gets it into the middle. Is it Martinelli sort of has a shot blocked, and then it falls to Gabby, and he finishes off really nicely. He does a good job of finishing that off. So making amends, and I think he's done it before. So if anyone can remind us when he's done it before, but I think it seemed familiar. That's how it was.
You say at Fulham when he scored the header, I think he did it against Fulham at the Emirates, but I can't.
Okay.
And as I said, I posted online that like a Gabriel mistake and a Gabriel goal with his feet, like two things as rare as hen's teeth happening within 5 minutes of each other.
Yeah, but there we go. But and just before we sort of move on with the game and just taking a step back in terms of the lineup, because we did make some changes, and I did think Saka was going to take a rest. So I did think Madueke would get it in. I was expecting maybe White to play. Then there's the fear of, but the main one was Declan Rice. That there was the pictures of him chatting with Morgan Rogers after the Villa game. Talking, there were lip readers out there. He's got a swollen knee, my knee's fucked. Blah 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 blah. So I was expecting him to be benched, but thankfully he wasn't. But I think the rest of the team, it was a very very strong team. Who else? And then Martinelli on the left, who took a while to get into the game. We couldn't find him, couldn't get him to space. Were you happy with the team? Were you expecting anything else?
I was a little. Well, I was devastated that Saka didn't start because of my bet, but that's again me being selfish.
It's all about you, Ian. All about you.
Me. Never mind what we're trying to accomplish in the Premier League. But no, like with Liverpool on the horizon, I think it was wise to rest up a few players, and great that we actually were able to change the complete front three all at the same time as well. When Jesus, Trossard, and Saka did come on, but
sorry, I'm going to cut you off here. Trossard, that was a terrible cameo from Trossard. I don't know if he looked like he was going to have another one of those running across the Arsenal pitch from side to side, almost giving the ball away, like how he set up Saliba for the red card last year. And I don't know, Trossard was for me was terrible. It would have been better off putting Eze out there. Everyone was calling for Eze, but sorry, carry on. But I just had to say.
No. It's just that it's great that the bench is so stacked that we can do that. Very worrying for Eze that he's not playing at all. Like it's strange. Like I wonder if something going on in the background. Is he not doing it in training? I
think it's just game state at the moment. He doesn't. I don't think Arteta trusts him defensively off the ball. No. He's still paying for letting Matty Cash score against us away at Villa, and he seems to have done that. And I just think in the game. Like it was, I don't know. Did they come on when it was 3-1 or 3-2? I think it was maybe 3. Anyway, whatever it is, I don't think. Yeah, I just think there's a trust issue there. Now, if it's 1-1,
I think it was 2-1 because Saka said Rice, didn't he?
Oh yeah. So 2-1. So it's a bit too close. It's a bit and I think if it's 1-1 and we need a goal, I think he comes on. But when we're defending a lead. I just think his off the ball work. He needs to do more with that. Now, someone like Madueke, I think, is in the same boat. But you could see him; he was tracking back a lot today. He was doing quite well on that.
He did play very well.
Yeah,
and with Eze, like he's not going to start because Odegaard is back in form as well, and that midfield is kind of set. I think so long as they're fit. So it's a shame, but at the same time, look, we're winning. It's working, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and Gyökeres up front. There was a lot of chat in the group because he's not scoring again. The jury's still out and so on. And I think rightly so. It's not that he had any real chances today. Again, he's doing all the good strikery stuff apart from scoring goals. He was putting himself about, making himself busy, occupying defenders. And I think we're winning games with him in the team now. Is it in spite of him or with him? I don't know. What were your thoughts on Gyökeres?
Yeah, he kind of does the same performance each week in that, like, he's no threat to the goal really, which is his main job. But he does just about enough for us not to say that he's shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like he just about does enough, and he did have some good moments. Like, there was a few moments, especially in the second half, before he came off, that he held the ball up. But I'm getting deja vu saying this now. He holds the ball up okay, but like, I just don't know. It's such a shame that every game that he starts, you're kind of saying, oh, I hope he scores today. I hope he scores. Get the monkey off his back, but. It's not that he doesn't score. It's like he doesn't even get a sniff. Like, he gets nowhere near. So I don't know.
Well, and Alex Monroe points out in the chat, he was involved. Shall I say? It's it's a bit like, how should we say? The analogy, like, the chicken's involved in an English breakfast, but the pig is really committed. But so he was involved. I think it was a loopy ball over the top by Timber. Nelly did really well to get high to get the knock on and ran onto Gyökeres. And you think, from a certain angle, it's Gyökeres done well there, challenged and laid it back to Odegaard. But no, the ball was bouncing around between his feet, and it was the defender that knocked it back. And then it goes back. But again, this is what he's doing. He's there. He's being a nuisance. He makes the defender make a poor clearance. So he is impacting the game, not in the way that we really want, but he's having impact. And again, falls to Odegaard. He does his usual feint, passes to Rice on the edge of the box, who are just inside the box, and with a lovely finish, which sort of made it 2-1. And I think that was deserved, because I think after the first half, where it seemed to be Bournemouth had control for 10 minutes, then Arsenal had control for 10 minutes, and then Bournemouth, then Arsenal was a bit, there was periods of either team having control. I think second half we were the better team, and I think with Bournemouth, they made life really hard for us that first half. That they're pressed, they're cutting down all the angles, the energy levels that they have, and this is part of what makes them a good team. I think at home, that for some reason it works at home for them, and they really did that really well in the first half, and second half I think less so. I think usual Arteta team talk, a few tactical changes possibly, and we started to look a bit better, started to be a bit more dominant, more control. So we go 2-1 up, and I don't think Bournemouth had too much. So I'm just trying to think if, in terms of the statistics for the whole game, and particularly first versus second. So overall, I mean, they had more possession. Actually, on the stats, it's actually quite even. So they're 57-43. So yes, I think it did. I think they did have more possession, but I think we were more so dangerous with ours. 1.34 xG to their 1.17, 15 shots to their 12. We had. You know what? I'm reading this in the wrong way around. I'm reading this as Arsenal at home. Sorry. So actually, they had better XG than us. So they had 43% possession to our 57. That makes more sense. But they had 1.34.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't remember them having that much possession.
Yeah, but to our XG 1.17, they had 15 shots to our 12. They had 3 shots on target to our 5. They only had 1 big chance to our 2. So yeah, look. Overall, a fairly even game, and the stats sort of bear that out, and yeah. So it then got to 3-1. What a pass by Odegaard on to find the Saka run, and such a beautiful pass. And I think it's a couple of times he's done that, like he did Zubimendi against Aston Villa. Now he's done this, and then Saka runs, and it was one of those ones that I don't know if I was thinking, the goalkeeper's going to get that, or the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Do you think he should have got it, or he seemed to hesitate?
No.
I don't know.
No, well, if he'd have ran as soon as the ball was hit, yes. But then he's just guessing, and he could be making a big mistake. But no, I think once he saw Saka's run and his stride, I don't think he was ever going to get it.
Well, actually, what helped was that because he sort of hesitated and was halfway, it meant that when Saka passed it back, the goalkeeper was sort of practically in line with the near post. So it was, I mean, Rice did really well to get it past the defenders that were going back. He sort of deliberately, they went one way and he put the ball the other way. So we're thinking 3-1, game over, right?
Yeah. I was thinking it's only a matter of time before Saka gets the fourth, and we're grand, we're laughing. But
Well,
yeah, like as has been the way over the last kind of few weeks, as you said, aside from Villa, we just like brain fart, and we just gave that guy, what's his name, Kroopy, or we gave him,
too much space.
Gave him the freedom of the whole of the pitch nearly. And to be fair, it's a good finish. And like David Raya was a bit unlucky, because when you watch the replay from ground level behind the player, like the two, I think there was a Bournemouth, I don't know if it was two Arsenal defenders or a Bournemouth player and an Arsenal defender, were right in line, and David Raya only reacts after the ball is gone by like a few meter, a meter or two. So he sees it very late, and that gave him no hope then, because there was a lot of power in that.
Yeah, and it was just curling away from him. Just did it. So
yeah.
So that was what that was about, the 75th minute. I mean, the other stat, other than us in the groups, I mean, I wanted the Saka goal, because that would have meant another 4-1 prediction.
Yeah.
for me, but yeah, well, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. But actually, so it was about the 75th minute. But actually, since then, we actually seem to manage the game quite well. And what I really noticed was that we started to manage the game quite well. We were keeping hold of the ball, but they were knackered, and it was literally they had defenders and attackers and nobody in midfield. The amount of times it was sort of like it was we actually defended well, and the ball broke to us. It was like, oh, there's three of our midfielders to their one midfielder sort of thing. So I think we managed to control it. I think still could have done a bit better. There was the Jesus one where he could have gone into the corner, instead he just boots it out. Trossard was doing his best to undo all the good work that he'd done. I think Marino did well, took on a couple of good positions, but I don't know. I had the feeling, is it Semenyo? Is he going to score a goal and then take his shirt off and reveal a Man City top? They had the throw in in the 96th minute, and oh god, here we go, Villa all over again. Sort of like everyone watching behind their eyes. But no, I think we sort of managed it quite well. Again, it's one of those ones you watch that back and you think, oh yeah, it's fine. There was actually one moment when they did hoof the ball forward, and all of us got attracted to the ball, and I could see one of their players just on his own on the left, and it had broken the wrong way. That would have been I think would have been horrible. But yeah, I think we managed it well.
Yeah, we did. Well, we managed it very well. I did enjoy the whole Bournemouth team standing around the referee and the assistant referees at full time. Like, what the hell was their problem? The referee blew up. I know, I get it. They were given out because the ball was headed out to them. They had a great chance to swing it across but the time was up.
Yeah, the throw-in was already after this. So, and I was watching with my son. He said they're going to allow him to take this, but time was up. So what? And also, it was their idiot who wasted time by running into Gabriel's elbow. So there
was also a moment where Timber got the ball. Like he had a great block at the back post, and he kicked it. He hit it off their player. It should have been a goal kick. And I thought, if these score from this now, my TV's out the window. But thankfully, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have been hanging up the washing at that point. So I'm sort of pacing around, going here, going there, and all the rest of it. My son's sort of just lying on the couch, just like on his phone, watching it. I said, how can you lie there and just be so good? I wish I could be like that. I'm terrible. But hey, we won. Another 3 points. We're now 7 clear of Man City. Okay, they've got to play tomorrow. They've got to play managerless, soulless Chelsea. So I'm not expecting anything there. So we'll see. And again, 6 points above Villa. So I think on the face of it, people will see, oh, we're playing Bournemouth, haven't won now in 11 games. And people think, oh, well, it's an easy game. You should be winning that. But as we said at the beginning, their home record is really good, and they made it tough for us. We found it hard to pass through. We were a bit slow. It was a bit scrappy. The ball was bouncing around a lot in times, and that first half particularly, we just couldn't really get any control. But that's down to how well they played. So I think this is a really, really good result. even again going to 3-2, could have been nervous, could have given away more, but we weren't really being peppered. We weren't under any real pressure towards the end. So I think a cracking result. We put the pressure on City now, and this is the sort of, and they talk about the sort of games that champions win. After the Villa game, you've got to back that up. You do all that stuff against Villa, and then you go to Bournemouth and draw. That would just like knock you back. And then you got Liverpool. So you go into Liverpool, you don't keep any of the momentum from Villa. You got the momentum from Villa. You got the Bournemouth, and you can win in different ways against different teams. You can battle it out. So I think we go into against the Liverpool game with a lot of confidence, a lot of I think fitness as well. Hopefully, again, we're not taking risks with players. So yeah.
And also, I'm really impressed. That's our 5th win in a row since Villa beat us at Villa Park, and that defeat was on the back of a couple of a couple of games where we dropped points as well, and we drew a couple of games. So to come out of that period where there was a lot of doubt being bandied about within our own fan base and in the media and opposition fans, to now have gone 5 in a row, including Villa, including away to Bournemouth, and including Everton away.
Everton away.
Tough game. Like you just saw what happened to Man City away at Sunderland. Now I know we dropped points there as well, but these are tough grounds. The Premier League is not like it was when you and I were kids. When you were a kid, it was the old First Division tabs, but it's like nowadays it's just a different situation, and like these are really good games to win. That was a really big 3 points.
No, it was. It is. Don't let their league position and their form sort of tell you any difference. So big 3 points, and we move on. So who would you say was your man of the? Well, I think this is going to be an easy one, but who was your man of the match?
There's only one, isn't there? David Wright. No, I'm only joking. Declan Rice has to be. But head and shoulders above everybody else on the pitch.
Yeah, no, he was good. He was again everywhere, like the lawnmower, just everywhere. Driving force, gets too important in goals, and I think that's his first brace that he scored. So 2 really important goals, really good performance. Just like, and considering he was like meant to be injured, suffering from a knee injury, swelling on the knee, to put in a performance like that, I think mentions to Odegaard as well. I think Odegaard did really well. Again, he was busy trying to sort of, again, he created the pass for Saka. He was trying to do much. It wasn't the most creative of games. We weren't creating huge chances, easy chances and stuff like that. But he was always thereabouts, always available. Timber doing Timber things, and so yeah. Everyone else, Madueke fits and starts. Nelly fits and starts. Zubimendi, seemed okay. I was a bit annoyed with his yellow card. I couldn't quite understand his yellow card because he didn't kick the ball away. He kicked it against the advertising hoardings, which then made it bounce back in. I thought that's a bit harsh. Anyway, whatever.
He knew what he was doing. I can see why the ref gave it, because they were about to take a quick throw, and
okay.
But at the same time, players do worse than that and don't get booked.
Yeah.
So.
No, indeed. But yeah, no, so good. I think there was some good performances there. I think considering we went 1-0 down, so again that again shows a bit of character. Went 1-0 down. It was important to get back into it quickly, and really, really nice to say get 3 points. I think that's a big 3 points. I think what gave us confidence as well. I think we're all I don't know if you were thinking about. We haven't let in more than 2 goals since December 23 when we won 4-3 against Luton. So even then, after we scored our second, I was going, oh, well, this game's won because they're not going to, we're going to get a point at least. God, can you imagine? So, that's an incredible, like 2 years without that. And we're also seem to be the best team in the first 15 minutes of the second half. I think we scored 12 goals now, which is about 5 more than anyone else in like between minutes 45 and 60. So we're very good at corrective action after half time. Do
you have any worries that we're conceding goals? Well, I know, of course, you'll have some worries, but like, do you think like our identity for a long time was just that we don't concede goals and we'll get one up the other end, like even if it was a set piece or whatever it may be. But now, like we're conceding them not all over the place, but we like our clean sheets have all but disappeared. They haven't hurt us recently, but still.
Yeah. No, because of the way they've come about. I mean, today, Gabriel, how often does he do that? No, not even once a season, just, whatever. So that's easily eradicated. And look, even if he did give the guy space, to shoot from there and score from there the way he did, I'd be more worried if teams were opening us up, we were turning round, going over the top, something that is more, something in our setup, in our makeup, in our tactics that allows teams to get in behind multiple times, or play through us, or something like that. So imagine if Villa was scored not in the early, but in the first half when they had a couple of their chances. That's more of an issue. So no, I'm not. And again, it evens out. That Chelsea record. I don't think we're ever going to get that 12 in a season. That was just ridiculous and whatever. But we're still a very, very good defensive team. Like, behind Bournemouth, Arsenal are the number. Well, we are the top team in terms of home goals conceded. I mean, it's about 4 or 5. So no, and look, it's like goal scoring as well, a bit of aggression, and other teams are allowed to score. So no, it's not an issue for me. So okay, so let's close out on the 3-word review. So while I go and hunt those down, do you have a 3-word review for us?
Yes, it's very simple as always. 7 points clear.
Lovely. Very good. Very good. Okay. Right. So can you see the chat? I think Alex posted one on the chat. Can you see that one?
Yes. Do you want me to read it out?
Yes, please. Can you read it out while I'm stalling here?
Yeah. Alex has said his 3-word review will mirror a lot of our feelings. It says pacemaker needed.
Yes, indeed. Okay, right. So I'm on to threads. So anyway, thank you for everyone who sent these in, and apologies again if I get your handle name wrong and mangle it. I'll do my best. So on threads, we have 3 to the 4th, right? Oh my God, I got my Rice Baby, Spooks Davy, Declan wants this. Yeah, I think he certainly did. I think in December now into this game, he's really stepped up. Paul Latham Dignity 18, Gunners Pop Cherries. Yeah, Groovy Cathers 2, Semenyo Gamble failed. And what did were you surprised to see him? You surprised to see him start? Yeah,
I was, because like a lot of money is wrapped up in these deals. Like the deal is done as far as we all know, and I'm surprised his agent and Man City. Well, not that Man City would have a choice. He's still a Bournemouth player, but I was surprised he played. Yeah, I really was. Yeah,
and to be honest, he didn't actually have that great a performance, to be honest, or he didn't do a huge amount. So
he's trying to avoid injury.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So yeah. I mean, I did find it odd. I thought they would want to protect their future asset, but until it's done, it's done. But it could have easily backfired. Okay,
I was hoping that when he got booked early, I was hoping he'd get sent off so he'd miss Man City first game for Man City.
that would be funny. Yeah, I was thinking the same. So, all right, we have Jazzgra 123, Rice on time. Yeah, I like that, Rice on time, and Iffy_K. Gun they burned mouth. Okay, nice one. Gun they burned mouth. I think that reads better than me saying it. Okay, on to Blue Sky. We have Mr. C the Gooner who put cherries plucked. And I said that's only 2, so he's tasty cherries plucked. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. C. And
I think the other guy was saying gunned down Bournemouth.
No, gunned a burned mouth. I have no idea, but anyway, Thank you for that one. And Sid Silk, right? I like this one. Rice Gabby. Rice Gabby. Nice. Okay, nice one. Okay, let me see if I can find TikTok. If I can go to activity and list. Right, where's my profile? Did I Bournemouth 2? Okay. Oh yeah. Jamie McCabe put Rice Baby. Indeed. Okay. There we go. And on to the Grove. group chat. Let's see what we've got here from these guys. 5 wins running from Alistair. Thank you, Alistair. What else we got? 3-point collectors from Daljit. Yeah, just like you were saying, 5 in a row. Mads, sensational fried rice. He was indeed. Darwit, solid team performance. Yeah, I'll get that. Sasha, TF rice back. I'm assuming that's the fuck rice back. That's 4 words, but I'll take it. Noel McDay, armpits in May. Yeah, no, I don't get that one. Does that make any sense to you? Armpits in May?
Maybe that's we're going to win the league, and I don't know, we're all going to be celebrating with our arms up, and our armpits will be out in May. That's all I got.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There we go. Moz, always thinking about himself. So close, Moz, because he predicted 3-1. There you go. It's all about you, Moz. All about you. Charles, Declan fucking Rice. Indeed, Charles. Indeed. Normie, Time Wasters FC. Yeah. We did play the clock quite well. I think we did it just about right. Alex Monroe again, keep it up. Henry Rice baby. So there we go.
I have to give Moz a shout out for his 3-word review, the best 3-word review after the Villa game. He said some kind words about me. So fair play to you, Moz. I love you too, baby.
Oh yeah, what was his 3-word review after the Villa game? Because you had led him astray and taken him drinking.
Well, his 3-word review was arse cannon picks, and
okay.
Then he went on to praise me. But I can't remember exactly the words. I'll blush otherwise. But it was nice to hear. Thanks, Moz.
No worries. Okay, so there we go. I just put a call out for my son for his 3-word review, but he's too busy playing darts in his new dartboard and watching darts
nice.
at the same time. There we go. Okay, well, I think we are done. If I can find you again, there we go. We are done. So cool. So yep, another 3 points. Top of the league, 7 points clear. Over to you, City. See what you can do. And for once, oh God, do we have to support Chelsea tomorrow?
Yeah. But anyway, do you know what? I think City are going to spank them terrible. Or they're going to spank them.
I guess it's win-win, because if they get humiliated, they said after they beat us 1-1, their title push is incredible. So yeah, if Man City spank them, then so be it. If Chelsea get a result, then we benefit. So I think it's a win-win. But let's see. So look, Ian, thank you. Oh, just in time. God, you did say 8:15, right? 8:16. So I'll let you go. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for being here. We're going to release this as a pod ASAP. And all that leaves me to say, we got a main pod tomorrow with Jamie, and we'll sort of be a bit more in depth. But all that leaves me to say is, until the next time, come on, you Gunners.